and welcome to Real WW Talk. I am Ricky.
And I'm Candace.
Well, Candace, welcome. We are just in the midst of our Real WW Talk Plus series. It's been so much fun to welcome just so many amazing guests. And should we just jump right into it?
I think we should. I don't know. Look, I think that this is going to be a big hit because I love talking about food. So let me not spoil it. Go ahead.
Yes. And our guests today are not new or not completely new to the podcast. But let's just give them an intro like they are brand new to us. So today we're just so excited to welcome Shawna and Ella, the dynamic mother and daughter duo behind Healthy Foodie Girl, where delicious meets healthy in every bite. So on their platform, they share easy, delicious, healthy recipes that are beloved by the WW community and beyond. So Healthy Foodie Girl blog was born after Ella encouraged her mom by saying, "Mom, think of all the people that you could help." So from there, these ladies have built a community born from a knowledge that passion for food could become something bigger, a way to inspire and support others on their own healthy eating journeys. So let's welcome Healthy Foodie Girl, Shawna and Ella. Welcome today. Good to see you.
I love mother-daughter teams.
I know. It's so awesome to have you, and just what you do brings so much joy and just great resources to the community. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, the intro was really sweet.
Well, so I found a lot of information about you guys on your website. It's such a great tool and resource. And again, you guys have been with us before, but we got to just like cook before and just chat in that way. But we'd love to chat with you guys just on a deeper level before we get into the recipes and everything. So could you just share with our community a little bit about like how you guys got started and, you know, what your passion is behind this, a little beyond what I shared in the bio?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been cooking and I've always had to watch what I eat. And it was always really frustrating. And I never really understood why I had this struggle. And then sometimes I honestly think that the struggle was to actually do this job and be able to create these recipes for everyone. I love cooking and creating healthy recipes. And the biggest thing for me is to be able to create something that's packed with flavor so that you're not really missing anything. And at first, I mean, it was kind of one of those things we just kept playing around with. And then Ella was saying, you know, you can take it away.
We've always just been making really good recipes that taste delicious. Like you can't even tell they're healthy. Some healthy recipes, sometimes you'll be like lacking flavor, but I haven't felt that with any of her recipes. So she's always been making amazing things. And then I was just encouraging her to just make more of those to share with people to help them on like lower point recipes that still taste delicious. And now we've created a lot of recipes.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because we didn't know we were going to do this, but then it seems like the thing that we should have been doing the whole time. So it's kind of great how it evolved into that. And originally I didn't want to be in front of the camera just because I spent a lifetime behind the camera. And then that's when Ella was like, but think of all the people that you could help. And I was like, yeah, I really actually could help a lot of people with this. So that's how it all kind of evolved.
That makes me, you know, I think that's, like I said, you hear me. I really love the mother-daughter duo because I think a lot of people can relate to that. But how do you feel that cooking with Ella has shaped the way that you even create recipes or share them? Like, do you find that before she was involved, that there was a different way that you're having her as maybe a quality assurance partner or somebody to help with the social media? I'm sure that's really helpful, but have you found like a distinct way that your cooking has changed since she came on board with Healthy Foodie Girl?
Yes, I'm trying to be more organized.
That's what we do. We bring in the organization. I'm going to claim that.
I know what you're putting in.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is I'm really passion driven. And sometimes I'll have a schedule set of things that I want to create. And then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll get an idea, or I'll see something that'll inspire me. And even just today, we had to go to the grocery store to pick some stuff out. And we were running through some recipe ideas because we have a list of recipe ideas. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that right now. No, I don't want to do that right now. Just because like I really want to be inspired and fired up about that recipe that I'm going to make. And so that would happen in the beginning a lot, where I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need to make this. And then I still do this, but I'm much better, is I would do the recipe and I would forget to write down what was like exactly in there. So Ella would have to remind me, did you write down, did you fine tune that recipe? And
they're so amazing. And then we're like, what happened to it?
Oh no, that's so weird.
She's getting me more organized on that. And it is great though, because I've explained so much to her about the process of cooking and the food and everything. And so it's great because when I do make a recipe, I'll be like, try this, or I think it needs more salt. What do you think? Or I think it needs more lemon, or whatever it is. And it's like training her palate too. So I think that there is definitely, back to what you were saying, Candace, there's definitely both of us here, and we're both kind of on the same page with it. So yeah. And she wanted, and it was funny.
Yes.
She wanted me to make something the other day.
The salmon bowl. And
I just had salmon. I'm sorry. I need the salmon bowl recipe. That's fine.
Yeah. That's coming out. Like, I think
we don't know.
We don't know when.
You shouldn't have said it
sooner than later for you. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
We can't wait.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's it's great. And Ella's cooking more, and it's really great because she can now cook like me, and that's so awesome, because I've never had anyone able to understand my brain and how I cook. And so that's been really, really great. And she's coming up with her own things, and, she's usually pretty spot on. Sometimes I'll be like, this is going to change this a little bit, but it's been a really, really amazing journey in that sense, to be able to cook with her and learn all these things.
Yeah, that's great. So I guess as you guys were talking, I'm thinking about, like, even as content creators, it must be challenging to constantly do something new. Like, there's always like some kind of muffin that someone's making, or some kind of like salmon dish. How do you keep it new? Do you follow the different things that are trendy, or do you try to come up with your own trends? What do you guys do for that?
There's so much involved. The thing is like, in the very beginning, I would come up with something that I wanted to make. But the problem is if it's not searchable through SEO, which is through searching through Google, it'll never be found. So it was like this fine line being able to like create something. So I've tried to save the recipes that are unsearchable for a cookbook. So I've got that list going. But I try to follow like what's currently happening, and we definitely, like, if there's a viral thing, if it makes sense, we'll try to create our own version.
Your spin on it.
Yeah, I'll try to do something like that. But there's actually, it's endless. It's weird when I don't have an idea. Like, I have more ideas than we have time for. So it's really just about like sorting out when we're going to do it, but leaving a little bit of openness, because back to, either I wake up and have it in my head, I think it's a genius idea of something I need to make, or Ella will think of something that I think is great, or the current trends. So it's kind of a combination of all that stuff. Also too, like, I really get inspired when we go out to eat. When I see new things that I want to be able to try to figure out how to lighten up through traveling. I love, like, really just I feel like I find ideas everywhere I go, or even like, I love going to the farmer's market and seeing what's fresh that I can come up with a recipe. And so it's all just kind of like this creative process for me.
And it's funny that you say that, because I'm probably like a lot of people in our community, and I know Ricky, we've talked about it too, like not just busy mom hat, but I have burnout throughout the week. Like, I just don't know what to make. And so whereas you have all of these ideas in your head of different ways that I am at a loss. I look at a piece of chicken breast and I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't want to bake you anymore. I don't want to make fajitas. Like, I'm sick. I'm just trying to figure out, like, for those who are really busy and on the go, and we have our families and we get ourselves in those ruts, what are some of the things that, other than obviously going to your website, which has tons of different, options that people can use, what are some of those swaps that you've recently, or that you could tell our community that they could kind of do when they're in a pinch and they're trying to figure out how to mix things up? Because I just don't know what to do sometimes. And maybe it is just as easy as going and find the recipe, but sometimes I don't feel like it. I know that you had recently created, what was it, like a guide, which I think is like a fantastic idea to say, I'm personally focused on trying to get in like more protein because, as you all know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. I've been thrust into menopause, and protein's really, really important, but I'm getting tired of how I make it. So what do you say to people in our community who have that decision fatigue when it comes to cooking? And just curious.
Yeah, I think that maybe if there's something that you want, I'm trying to process everything that you've just said, because
I know I said a lot.
There's so many ideas in my head that I'm thinking. I think one of those aspects of what you were talking about is if you could meal prep some things that were really simple. And when I mean meal prep, like
or ingredient
prep is
we
more,
like to do that. Yeah.
We like to do that a lot, where we'll get like a rotisserie chicken. That's actually like something
that's good for making chicken salads. Like, we have a lot of different flavor variations, so that can change it up if you want like a new flavor.
So it's all about the difference, like you said, the seasonings, but the base, I really love that as, to say, like, if you're going to use the chicken or you're going to use the salmon or using this, it's what's around it, because you all see it too. I know I'm not the only one. You get all of these recipes and they have all these very specific ingredients that you only use once.
Yes.
And then like you made it for that specific dish and the chives go bad and the refrigerator, you don't know what else to do with it, So I just want to be able to embrace how to use something like your website or other recipe blogs to be able to make it a functional part of my lifestyle.
Yes. I hear what you're saying about that. And actually, a lot of times when I create the recipes, I think about that. Like, example, I think, am I going to use a garlic clove in here, or am I going to use garlic powder? And if I really feel like I can get away with the garlic powder, I'll do the garlic powder, because I know you all don't want to crush a garlic clove. And so I
think hard to do.
It is.
I get it. And I think about that when I'm creating these recipes, is I try to keep them as simple as possible, but also bringing in that flavor. And so I think I know what you're saying about getting bored and you just start making the same things over and over. Yeah. I think if you do, like, if there's certain things that you like we like to buy ground turkey a lot, and we like to buy like the rotisserie chicken or the cooked chicken. And then from there, you can build different things off of it that are really simple and easy to do. Similar ingredients. I know, because it is really frustrating when you buy one thing and you don't know what to do with the rest of it for it. And I do honestly try to keep that in mind when I'm creating these recipes, so that it's something that you most likely have in the pantry. Every once in a while, I do add the fresh herbs because I love them, but they're not necessary. Like, I make sure that they're not necessary for the recipe.
Yeah.
So that makes me, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
So that makes me think, what are some things that you always have on hand that you feel like people should always have on hand? I know you kind of said like that you get the turkey, ground turkey, chicken. What are some like spices or like, staples in your pantry that you feel like everyone should have for like quick ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
Yeah,
cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Were you all cottage cheese people before it was cool? Like, you all were always for it, or were you in that craze where it just it exploded everywhere, the cottage cheese?
Well, I mean, I liked it before, but then I just kind of started using it and everything. And then
we have a lot of cottage cheese recipes now.
We have so many cottage cheese recipes. Like, I just did a recipe where I put cottage cheese in a turkey burger, which is actually really great because of the moisture content. So it's not hard or dry, you know.
Oh, that sounds good.
So yeah,
not too much that it throws it off, but
just enough so it keeps it juicy.
Okay.
And so that is one thing. Like the cottage cheese is great. The cottage cheese is great for things like that. We have a ton of recipes where we do like the cottage cheese in muffins. You can put it in smoothies. You can put it in berry bowls. You can put it in overnight oats. And so I would think like what we get on a weekly basis for sure is like ground turkey, chicken breast of some sort, whether we're going to make something or because the fact is like sometimes when we're creating all these recipes, we are so tired. We don't want to cook for ourselves either. So there's that, you know, so we're also trying to find like simple things that we can eat if it's not something that we just made that we're eating. And so we do that. We've got fruits and vegetables, trying to like not meal prep, but like chop up the carrots or the celery or whatever, and so that it's ready.
A good snack.
So a good snack, because we realize we're super snacky over here. So we were like, we need to stop snacking, and we decided that the snacks need to be like fruits and vegetables if we're going to snack, and we try to get rid of the snacks, you know, because that's just like a point consumption thing that it doesn't fill you up, and then you have no points to eat anything else. So like we'll make some hummus with that or a dip or a whipped cottage cheese.
We've also been whipping the cottage cheese to a smooth texture.
Yes.
And then we'll put it in overnight oats for more protein, or make like a ranch dip with it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we just made a feta dip. The thing I'm loving about the cottage cheese and why I think everyone needs to have it right now, besides the fact that you can put it in all these recipes, is I'm really loving it in replacement of mayonnaise for things. So and the reason I'm liking it is because I love
my mayonnaise, so I'm really trying to go with you here.
Okay, I do the Greek yogurt a lot of times in replacement for mayonnaise, a ton, and it's great. But also there's a little bit of like tang to it because of the Greek yogurt. So what I'm loving about the cottage cheese is it doesn't have that tang, but it has that creamy texture. And if you put enough seasoning in with it, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of mustard, if you want a little tang, put like some lemon or something like that in there. But and if you're really, really, really missing the mayonnaise, just put a little bit of mayonnaise into the cottage cheese, and then you're going to get that flavor in there.
So empowering. So it's good. Like it allows whatever else you put in it to shine, which is really nice.
Yeah. And then I used to do like every morning I used to do a green smoothie. And that was like my thing for a while, where I would do protein powder, back to the protein powder, and, greens and coconut water. And I love that smoothie. But then I was also having coffee, and then Ella started making protein coffee in the morning. And so now we're kind of having that in the morning. So I think what's also good is if you can kind of figure out what it is that you like to eat, and then have those things accessible, and then you can change, because the good thing about like the ground turkey or the rotisserie chicken is you can literally change that into anything. It doesn't have to be boring at all. So you can definitely, turn it into a chicken salad with a creamy dressing, or into a green salad or a quesadilla. There's so many things you can do with it that are super, super, super simple.
Is there anything, and this is a fun question, I guess, but as you saw, I'm a mayonnaise lover, and I got you with the cottage cheese in it, and maybe a little bit. But is there anything on you all's journey or in your experience that you're like, I will not negotiate on? Like, I have to have this, the full fat version, whether it be butter or mayonnaise or chocolate, or have you been able to safely find a swap for pretty much everything that you think may be quote unquote decadent? Like I'm not a margarine. Some people can do that. I can't believe it's not butter. I'm like, I gotta have the real butter.
what would you say? I mean, like
sometimes it's just better to just have the thing that you're loving and just
right.
I think we
just a little chocolate. Just
yeah.
For sure, the chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, we just got these. We just got these chocolates from Trader Joe's that are chocolate with pistachio. It's a pistachio on the inside with chocolate.
Ooh. I've never had a pistachio.
I feel like I need to grab that bag and show you. But what I love is it's tiny, right? So you can have like 3 or 4, and it really, I would say 100% chocolate. Yes. Yeah. To your answer, 100% chocolate, and then we like to do like cheese. Like a little cheese party with like some really good cheeses.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, I don't want
cheese for me too.
I can't do a fat-free cheese.
No.
Like, come on.
No. I mean, I try to like give options on the recipes and lighten it up, but like cheese is definitely something that I really love and Ella really loves. So that we like to have a little cheese party. Wine. I'm not skimping on my wine. Yeah, I think. I would say that's probably, and like if we're gonna have a dessert, I think we actually kind of have like, we're not really super desserty over here, but if we are, we're gonna try to, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely say the chocolate and the cheese.
Yeah.
What about milks? What milks do you tend to use? Do you use regular milk, whole milk, or like an alternate?
Oh yeah. Okay. So usually I use like 1 to 2%.
Okay.
Just because like they have the same point value. So go with the 2%. You know what I mean?
I feel like Ricky, what she said, like oat milk. I feel like certain alternative milks are like all the craze now. Like everybody's like, I gotta have oat milk and not regular.
Yeah. Ella does a lot of almond milk.
Okay.
And so sometimes we'll use that in those protein coffee smoothies in the morning. I've been using those. I only use milk in my coffee.
Okay.
And so unless I'm cooking something with milk, but if I'm cooking something with milk, I'm usually using like 1% or 2%, just because there's like a little bit more of a creamy texture in there.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But
like
then our overnight oats, they can use oat milk,
whatever
milk.
Yeah. Ella tends to like the almond milk. I tend to use the real milk, but I don't really drink, like if we're talking about drinking milk, if I'm going to make a smoothie, I'm always using almond milk.
Okay.
So yeah.
I love it. So you guys shared some wonderful recipes with us ahead of time. So we'd love to just kind of put up some, images of some of the things you shared. Feel free to just tell the community about, what you are doing with your whole platform lately.
Yeah, absolutely. We put together a couple of guides because we thought it would be more helpful back to not knowing what to make or having some ideas of some low point things. So we put together this high protein, low point recipe guide, and it's everything. It's breakfast. You've got muffins, you've got eggs, you've got chicken eggs. You need eggs every week. That's another one.
I was going to say, do you put cottage cheese in the eggs?
Yes, you have a lot of cottage cheese in eggs. Yeah.
She's like, no more with that cottage cheese.
I just started doing it, so like I get it now. Like I'm a cottage cheese convert. So, but I didn't.
I'm even making the 2-ingredient dough with the cottage cheese. Now I'm doing that.
And you're making bagels and pizza crust with that.
Yeah, and you don't need to blend it for that. You can just throw it in like it is.
So it's just cottage cheese and then the flour, all-purpose flour.
Yeah,
the self-rising for the bagels and the.
We'll just add like some salt and some
baking powder to make the self-rising flour.
Yeah.
Because what I didn't like about those was the tartness. When I would make them when they were all the craze, I felt like even once you bake them, they were still really tart.
Yes,
we like the cottage
cheese. We do. We have a ton of bagels with the cottage cheese. We have a pizza crust with the cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And that's in this guide right here.
Maybe. I'm like,
it's on the website.
It's on the website.
Okay.
It might be in the guide. But
I think it might be in the guide.
We have 2 guides. We've got the high protein, low points, which is a great guide for low point recipes. And then we have the 20 0 point foods recipes as well. So we've got 20 recipes that are 0 points, which is pretty awesome. And that's
Yeah.
a really good one. And then this here is some high protein options.
Sorry, that was the 0 one. There we go. Caught up.
Yeah. So we got 20 recipes that are 0 points, which I think is
and every part of like breakfast, main dishes, dessert, like everything. So that's great.
And that's what are some of your best hits or your best your most asked for recipes that you find in these guides? Just curious.
The quiche,
the cottage cheese,
Here we go again.
The cottage cheese blueberry muffins. You can't not taste the cottage cheese. I'm telling you.
Is that these?
Is that these?
Those have yogurt, but we
those
have
yogurt.
Cheese
okay,
those are really good too.
Okay.
If you don't like cottage cheese, we definitely have yogurt options.
Okay.
She's like, if you don't like cottage cheese, we're gonna make you like cottage cheese.
Yeah, right? I know.
We'll find something.
I'm telling you, if nothing else, just whip that cottage cheese and try it in replacement of mayonnaise, and you're gonna be so excited.
You know what I learned though, that is my thing, is that whipping it and making it a different texture was a big thing for me, because I didn't try it for a long time because I swore I didn't like it because of how it looked. But when someone said whip it, I said, oh, that changes everything.
Yeah. And we actually did a tutorial on that where you can do it in the blender, the hand stick,
the immersion blender.
Yeah.
Is that something you can find on your site too? If we want to see, okay.
Yeah. We've got that on there. So, because I just think that that's such a staple that'll help people so much. And I know it sounds kind of crazy if you've never done it, but honestly, if you do it, you're gonna think this is great, especially if you're used to replacing mayonnaise with Greek yogurt. This is so much better in so many recipes because it doesn't have that tartness in it. So that's really good. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and then you've got some other things on your site. What is this lovely thing?
Oh, that's a poke cake. That's a strawberry poke cake. And my vision behind this is I really try not to use, I try to make things as natural as I can. So a lot of people were doing the poke cake with the Jell-O, and I didn't want to do that. So I ended up making this recipe with fresh crushed strawberries, and that's the strawberry juice. So you kind of you poke the holes, and then you put the strawberry juice inside the cake. So it's a little bit of a
what's the frosting made of? Don't say cottage cheese.
No. That's a whipped topping. So that anyone can use.
And we put applesauce in the cake mix too. Instead of box cake mix to keep it easy, but then we replaced like the oil with applesauce, and it was still super moist.
And when you say like a whipped, I see I'm a frosting, I'm an icing girl. So is this like whipped cream or like the cool? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's whatever whipped topping you want to use on it.
That is so pretty. Okay.
Yes. For everyone who's just listening to the podcast, you got to come
to YouTube
just to see this cake.
That looks so good. So, I mean, you're probably also dealing with a lot of different generations too, who are, how do you find, have you found it to be difficult to create recipes that appeal to multiple generations or different age groups? I think maybe being a mother-daughter duo helps, but you have some who are set in their ways, maybe older, and younger ones who are picky, like, I'm not doing that. What do you say to people who are having that same challenge?
I think that I do know that we have different age groups. And so I try to go and create those classic recipes that they're wanting that are unavailable in a lighter version. So I really think about those kind of things, and Ella will come up with the more current things.
All my son wants is chicken tenders and macaroni and cheese. Like, I mean, trying to get him to have me wanting to have something that's a little more,
I got you on the mac and cheese. We just went to Costco and they called goodles.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Okay. Those.
We tried
high protein, right? It's like the
high protein and fiber. And it's made with
it's with chickpeas.
Chickpeas
in there too.
I didn't know
it
that chickpeas in it.
Maybe it's not chick. I think it. Well, I don't know. There's a few different things in there.
Yeah.
But it tastes like it doesn't have a noticeable taste or anything.
Yeah, I liked them too. They're worth a try.
But I think I think that that's normal for the kids and stuff, but maybe we'll create like a little like chicken nugget for him, something.
I was going to say, you know, because
Yeah.
that's something when I found, you know, even I've been on your website and used so many of your different recipes, and what I've found to be so helpful is that, like you said, because of the different ingredients and the ingredients are simple and it's something that I can kind of put together, I can make a version for him, you know, that may appeal to him, but it's still, like you said, has the flavor that I need.
Yes.
And some recipes, like I said, there's too much going on. I just am not able to do it. So that's what's really exciting me about, even with the protein one, especially that one. I was looking at the stuff that's on the front and I'm like, I could do a lot of those. So
oh yeah, all those tuna salads and chicken salads and salmon salads.
Oh, there we go.
So that one,
It looks so good.
so easy. What I love about all of these is that this will go back to your variation on flavors.
yeah.
You've got a can of chicken or a grilled chicken or a rotisserie chicken or a can of tuna. You can make it, and you can make so many different variations with this. And so that, you know, it just depends on which one you would want to do, what flavor profile you're looking for, but they're all pretty easy with staples that are most likely at home.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make one of these or two of these or three of these, because I'm always looking for something that I can bring to lunch. It's easy, and you know, in the teacher's lounge, there's only like 2 microwaves, so sometimes I just want something I can grab from the refrigerator and just take back to my room or wherever I'm gonna have lunch, and I can eat it without having to worry about waiting to heat it up. And this is perfect.
Oh yeah, those are so easy, and they have so much flavor in them. All of them. It just depends on what, like I said, like what flavor profile you wanna have, and it's super easy to like. If you go to Trader Joe's, they have the grilled chicken breast that's already cooked. So all you have to do is like chop that up, or a rotisserie chicken, and that makes it so much easier. Or we actually did a slow cooker chicken breast so that you could use it in all of your recipes. That was another thing we wanted to do is bring an easy slow cooker recipe so that they could shred it and turn it into something delicious.
So now that everybody in our community is like salivating and ready to make everything on your website, what is the best way for people to be able to connect with you? I mean, is it YouTube? You probably have a lot of different ways. Want to tell us about them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So our main website where everything is hosted is healthyfoodiegirl.com. And then we also have a YouTube channel, Healthy Foodie Girl. And we're on socials, which we can stick that in the show notes below, so you can find us there. But the easiest place is probably just our website. They can always send us an email. We love hearing from everyone and their suggestions. It's so great when we get emails and hear from everyone, know what's going on. So
and that's where they can find all the guides, everything. And you all said, is there anything in the horizon that we kind of get a sneak peek to know about that you all are working on? Or did you kind of already tell us? So you said maybe
oh yeah, we can tell you. We'll give you a sneak peek on one. But the guides
they're on our YouTube channel with different videos. We've linked them in the description boxes of that. And then some of the guides are on our website, but we have specific videos to go with the guides.
Okay.
Yes. So YouTube has a lot of Weight Watchers guides on there if they want to specifically look at that. But we'll leave the two links for the two guides. The high protein, low points, and the 0 points we'll leave in here too. So they can just, if they want both of them, just click on both of them and then they'll get both of them. And so, yeah.
But we're going to work on fall recipes. And
yes. Fall is coming. And
my favorite time of year.
That's what we're making.
Oh my gosh.
I have to know.
I know. It's the theme of today. Yeah. The theme of today, I think.
Cottage cheese.
Yes.
No. This is gonna. We already have. Okay, we already have like 4 pumpkin muffins. We have a
pumpkin chocolate chip, pumpkin spice muffin.
Yeah, and
they're all have a swap for the. This is such a like personal request. Starbucks makes like this pumpkin cream cheese muffin thing. Have you all ever done one? That it's like, do you know what I'm talking about?
It's not the filling. It's like the inside has a
cheese.
Yeah,
but it's a muffin.
Ooh,
and I'm like,
that sounds good.
So make. I don't care if you use. I don't care if you use your cottage cheese with it. I just need a replica of this that I can like because the one at Starbucks is, I mean,
17,000 points.
17,000 grams of sugar, like 0 grams of fiber, 800 calories or whatever it is. So
okay, well, what I'm gonna say. Okay, wait. The sneak peek though is we're doing. we're gonna do a pumpkin. We're gonna do a pumpkin muffin with cottage cheese because we haven't done that yet.
Okay.
So that's gonna be coming. So that should be super moist and delicious. Super excited about that. So that's in the works for fall, and we're trying to get some more staples, one pot meals and slow cooker things like that. Yeah. But we have a ton of fall stuff already. So there's so many different things. And if there's something that somebody really wants, tell us, because someone emailed us a few years back and they wanted, I just remembered this one specifically. They wanted that soup from the Panera soup.
That autumn squash soup.
Yeah. So we created it. So sometimes we can do it, sometimes we can't. So that was one of those things that wasn't really on our radar that we were thinking. And that was something that we ended up creating. And that was really exciting to be able to give them that. What I'm thinking though, Candace, for what you're talking about is maybe if you just did a muffin, right? But then you took some like cream cheese and some sugar, or if you want to use a sugar substitute, and used that like to put on top of the muffin. That might be like, would that do it?
I think what would probably happen is I'm probably gonna have to come over and you all do a couple versions and let you know if it's close. Like, I just feel like that's the process. I want to be organic. I want the process to be what you all do. That's my official request. But no,
gotta let the professionals test it out.
I'm already thinking about it. I'm like, okay,
that sounds good. Yeah,
I know.
Well, you all can have one. It's not worth the $8 it costs, but I mean, the point is, it's probably not $8, but it feels like it is. But I just because it sounds like what you were talking about with your pumpkin muffin, but like Ricky said, it just has like a cream cheese filling because cream cheese,
pumpkin cream cheese cookies.
Yeah, we did a pumpkin cream cheese cookie that might kind of
that might be it. That's okay.
Hit that. What I'm thinking though is we're like the pumpkin muffin and then doing that cream cheese frosting on top. I remember from last time you liked the cream cheese frosting.
Mug cake with the
oh my gosh, our pumpkin mug cake is so good, and our carrot cake mug cake is so good.
Ricky,
I need to make that. It's so good.
It's 3 minutes, I think, in the 2-3 minutes
like
in the
minute and a half or 2 minutes.
See, I don't even know.
Super quick, but the cream cheese frosting on top, that would be good on the pumpkin one.
Yes,
similar flavor.
Put something protein in it so I feel less guilty, and then I'll be there.
We did Kodiak cakes too.
Find a way to make it 30 grams of protein, and I'm
We also have a chocolate protein mug cake that has like Greek yogurt, egg, Kodiak.
Okay,
like,
Ella, I am so.
Look. Yeah, we use Greek yogurt in that one.
We need a cottage cheese mug cake now.
Yeah.
We're going to fly them here.
We are.
We're going to fly them here and just have them cook for us for the whole fall season. Like, that's all.
So it sounds like we just need to have a cooking party.
Yes.
Right.
But if you would like to make all of these amazing things that Shawna and Ella are making, they've shared how you can connect with them. You can also connect with us in our RWWT Talk Facebook group. If you are sharing some of these recipes, share it with us in the group, and also just reach out to Healthy Foodie Girl on their website and let them know what you are cooking to. Thank you, Shawna and Ella, so much for joining us. It's always a joy, and we're just so glad you guys. We got to make this a tradition now.
Yeah.
I would
invite you back next fall so that we can go ahead and see what new is on the horizon for you guys, because I know it's going to be great. It's going to be yummy. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And seriously, send us an email. We love it, because sometimes there's things that we don't know that you want. We think we know what you want, but sometimes we don't know what you want. So it's so helpful when we hear from people to know what they're thinking they want.
Wonderful.
Well, they've heard it from you, so hopefully you get all those emails, and we'll just see more pictures hopefully in the group of everyone cooking and being inspired by this convo. So thank you, everybody. Until next week, we will see you later. And Healthy Foodie Girl, thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.